entire market can flip on July 9th. You need to focus on that day. On July 9th, Trump is finishing the tariffs, and he said from his mouth that he will not extend it. So basically the story is Trump put these weird China tariffs, dropped the market by 29%. Then right here, he had Liberation Day, where he basically reworked the tariff policies, and he had a 90-day extension period to where he's not going to finalize the deals until that period is up. Guess what? That's July 9th. And the market reacted in a positive way, Bitcoin pumping 35%. This is Bitcoin's price. Clearly, the market can react in a negative or positive way according to this tariff subject, but this is what I believe after doing so much research. Let's first take a look at the negative side. So these tariffs that he puts in, if he strikes a deal, on the 9th, right, can be inflationary, meaning cost push inflation. This means that prices rise because business costs go up. For example, when imported steel had tariffs, there's things like electronics and appliances that had an increase of price. Now, I do believe this is negative because the Federal Reserve could be like, hey, inflation's rising. This is bad. What we need to do is take liquidity out of the system, which will negatively impact stocks and cryptocurrency. That's how it works. Now let's look at the positive side. Tariffs can also be disinflationary, meaning all the money that's generated from a tariff, which is a tax on imported goods, goes to the government. The government takes that cash out of the economy. This means that there's less money to spend. Less spending equals less pressure on prices, aka disinflationary. So if there is this effect, then the Federal Reserve will be like, oh, look, inflation's dropping. That means we can lower interest rates and put more money in the market, which is more potential energy for stocks and crypto to go up in price. More liquidity, more price increase. Let's take a look at the data. So according to history, in 2018 and 2019, something very similar happened, by the way, with Trump. And these tariffs led to only a 0.1% increase in inflation. So it's pretty much neutral. Bookmark this for your notes. Right here we have the top part, which is the positive case, negative case. The real world data for the situation says it's going to be neutral. And the Federal Reserve themselves actually believe inflation is going to be neutral as well. So I think when it comes to the specifics of the data, it's neutral. Now, I believe overall it's bullish, and here's why. I've been waiting for a panic event and all risk on assets for a long time, and it seems like we've had our panic event. We had the World War III scare, like right here. Bitcoin held up just nice. And this was the big, it dropped the market for 30% with the tariff policies. This was a big panic event, but we held up pretty nicely. So when it comes to fear, that is probably out of the market. That's left the market. Everybody understands the tariffs, and I believe everyone thinks that Trump is going to do well with these deals. So perception-wise, I think it could be very bullish. Believe in Trump or not, he has a consistent track record of saving the market in times where the market is falling. So I think he'll do the same. If there's negative tariffs or whatever the case is and the market starts dropping, he's going to do something to save it like he always does. So I think it's short-term bullish.